there's this combe, Icancombe, or Icomb. Well, you know, Icomb means the village is named after that combe. So we could legitimately call that that river valley, that brook valley, Icomb. But there's another farm ahead. We're on the Gorcombe estate. So Gore is spelt G-A-W, Combe, and Combe is obviously Combe. I've no idea what Gore means in that sense, but Gore, G-O-R-E, as a landscape feature, means a field that's triangular shaped. Think of it as being gored by it. So this combe, this valley, turns into two combes, one Gorcombe and one Icomb. Even though the stream that runs through the Icomb is called the Westcote, which is the next village over. So it's all very confusing, but I think it's legitimate to go back to basics. Icomb, like Maugersbury, which I did last, the parish, and I didn't actually go into Maugersbury village last week, but Icomb, like Maugersbury, is set away from the Roman road. So, incidentally, I talked about Maugersbury last week. I got it wrong. It is actually underneath the town of Stow-on-the-Wold. It is a circular embankment. So it's a borough, but it was the place where the people of Maugersbury, the village, was named after that hilltop settlement, which is on the Roman road. But they set the village, they named the village after it, but they set the village where they lived away from both it, the hilltop, and the Roman road. So the situation is, again we see the Anglo-Saxons coming here and making the land anew. They're not interested in this really quick route up the spine of the country, the Fossway. They're interested in what they're interested in, which is farming. It's not trade. Trade becomes really important, but feeding your family. It's warmer down the hillside. It's only later that they settle back into the hilltop forts and set up Stow-on-the-Wold. Edward Stower. But the Romans laid out, and that hilltop settlement at Maugersbury is Iron Age. So the Romans set out a network, a grid across the country that involved the older Iron Age culture. But the Anglo-Saxons, in many places, in some places didn't, but in many places they just completely ignored the infrastructure set up for them. So even in those places where, those villages where underneath their village is a Roman settlement, you'll find that they built it not to the same alignment. So you'd have a Roman wall going in one direction and an Anglo-Saxon road cutting straight through the middle of it. Not even on right angles to it. So it was just as if it just was irrelevant to them. And I think that was probably the case. The fact that you have, really interesting buildings with mosaics that just let to fall down, and then an English settlement built on top of it, doesn't show continuity. Not to me, it doesn't. You would do something minimal if you cared about the culture, like that mosaic. If you cared enough about it, if you gave a damn about it at all, you would keep maybe a thatched roof over the top of it or whatever. But they didn't. It meant nothing to them. Well, people are buried. They knew they were. Oh, actually, it's more complicated than that, because you do get Anglo-Saxons digging burials into Roman pavements, which in itself is just fascinating. But then again, you also get the people that came after the Romans, well, whoever they could have been Irish raiders, whatever. But you know, having bonfires and stuff on mosaics, and you know, having kilns and stuff. So keeping their animals in villas, as treating them like barns. So it is. I'm half in and half out the continuity debate. I generally think the Anglo-Saxons just didn't recognise the importance of the things that came before them, just couldn't care less. But anyway, there you go.
Thank you so much for watching. This is part 3 of a 4-part series on Icomb. Click to the left here if you would like to see the others. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment and so on. Ta-da for now.